Hello everybody, welcome to Nego Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like I haven't taped in a week or more. We have been doing several runs to Yukon and family weekends, and I've just had so much on my agenda that I wanted lots of space, and I really wanted the energy to do these. I think I'll do like every other day, these dailies, because I want to incorporate so much. I have ordered, get a load of this, and I'm so excited for you guys because I'm the same way when I watch readings. I love a whole array of different kinds of cards and colors, and I ordered a whole bunch of new decks. And I'm excited, and I actually dug this one out. I love it so much. It's so fun. It's kind of Halloween-y and seasonal. And honestly, I feel like there is this sweeping change happening for people where it's like there is this growth mindset where people are focusing on continuous improvement. You know, they believe in their ability to develop skills and expand their knowledge. And I've sort of crested on that hill where I don't even know who I am anymore when it comes to looking after myself physically, which I used to be like, yeah, I'll do that later. Like the first thing I do when I wake up is shower, and then I go directly to the gym. I've just noticed that I was walking differently. My gait wasn't as strong, and I was like, you are going to look like some crumpety, crankety old cricket. You've got to reintroduce flexibility in all of this. But what we need to do when we want that, I love this. I love Marionette and Dust Bunny. Fitting in is boring, be fearlessly you. You've got to see these get-ups I've been wearing to the gym. Like, it is whatever is around. I think one time I literally wore a muumuu. It was like, I'm going. I don't care about outfits. Let's do this. And when I walked in, this made me so happy, and I think it's the universe helping me too, because I'm like, oh, look at everybody in all their fancy get-ups. And I do have workout gear, but I'm just like, I don't have time today. The Australian manager looked at me, and I smiled right at her, and I was happy to be recommencing, this thing. And she goes, wow, good energy, by just looking at her and saying hello. And it made me feel so good because she's such a high vibe babe. And I was like, oh, it was really, really nice. And I feel like this is what you guys are going to be doing. Your individuality, just letting it shine and letting it go and waking up. Yeah, look at this. And what it's going to do for you too is your individuality is going to bring in wealth. It's going to bring in resources. It's going to bring in like this sort of like opening of your third eye and your heart chakra of going, listen, I'm adaptable and I'm easily going to adjust to changes and my new situations. And by remaining flexible, you're going to have these new approaches that bring you this goddamn big pile of cash. You're really going to be like, whoa. It is faith returning to all of your abilities. And sometimes, we all have those wobble moments where like, does anybody even care if I do this? Does anybody even find this remotely, interesting or whatever? I know sometimes, I remember like a couple weeks ago, I was making all this jewelry. I was all excited, but I wasn't photographing it, filming it, putting it in my store or anything. I was just like piling it up. And I had that moment of, just like collecting and too much. And it was like, hey, be very selective in like what you're making and how you're making it, and do a sort and all of that. And you're going to do that too. It's really like that focus energy, maintaining clear priorities. That's going to be you. Planting these seeds. I love Ruby and the Fox Fighters. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So you're now setting these beautiful seeds for I want honest, positive, resilient, curious, growth-minded, proactive people in my life. And I am going to concentrate on what truly matters and avoid distractions. I coined this phrase the other day, and it must exist because there are so many, coaches and things out there, but I did it for myself and I hadn't heard it. I started doing things before I was going to the gym. I was like sorting things, and I said, hey, action before distraction. Like, that's what this is. Action before distraction. We all know what that is. It's called Instagram. We start whatever. It's Facebook. It's whatever, where we just start, oh, let me do this. And right then I thought, oh my God, I can do what I'm doing right now while I'm on the treadmill. I can totally do this on the elliptical machine. I can look through my emails while I'm working out. So action before distraction. And I feel like by doing this, you're going to have these beautiful collaborative things. Valuing teamwork and friendships and strong relationships through cooperation. And I feel like it's that thing too, the quieter we become, the more we hear. When you're in a room, when you're someplace, you're sitting back and watching. I love this. I put this card here to remind me. It's one of my favorite cards in all the decks. The stillness. You know, when we are still and we observe and we watch, it's amazing the things that we see and the things that we feel. And we just take those deep breaths and go, I vibe with this energy, or this isn't really my scene. We know intrinsically because we have now calmed everything. It's the same thing. How are we going out into the world? I like to go out anywhere and not need a damn thing, just being like, I'm just going to go move my body here. I'm just going to go observe this here. Not like I have to acquire, or I have to maintain, or I have to whatever, substantiate all those crazy things, because that desperation and that energy, it affects other people, right? I like to just go out like I'm going for a stroll on the beach every day that I can. Deep breaths. Have you ever, like, I used to have this, and I still have to watch myself because it's one of those habitual things, that I used to get very racy before I left the house. Grab that water bottle, grab this, grab that. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is when you forget things. This is when you feel hurried. This is where you feel lack time mentality. So just sit down for a minute. Just stop and sit down for a minute and take a breath. You have all the time in the world. Everything's all right. And I love this. Let music be your nourishment. Right now in the background, I just have this quiet, peaceful music and harmony going. And I do that with reggae and lots of different things when I'm cleaning. It literally lets me fuel what would be rampant thoughts into the music. Because what happens when we're just sitting with our thoughts sometimes? Oh, guess what? Our internal self, our subconscious, is trying to protect us. So it brings up all these things. Don't do that. It could hurt you. Don't do this, that, pay this bill, blah, blah, blah. It's distraction, right? That's why I like action before distraction. Music, it filters that attention into a beautiful, calm space, as opposed to overthinking, engineering these false narratives, all of this stuff. It's the truth. And the stillness will help us recognize that, hey, everything's quite all right. I'm okay. I'm ready. Let's go do this. I'm going to be proactive about my life, taking initiative and anticipating needs. They don't wait for things to happen. They make things happen, that sort of thing. So now before I go to bed, I make sure I have clean, not moo-moos to go to the gym, but regular looking human clothes, things like that. I make sure that there's creamer. I make sure the cat food's all out. I make sure all these things. And I'm proactive, so when I wake up, I don't notice a bunch of things that need doing and then are overwhelmed with tasks, and I'm able to, just exit on my course quietly. So yeah, we preempt any of that overburdening. Who's going to bed with a full sink of dishes? Me half of the time, but now when I wake up and while the coffee's brewing, I'm like, I can do this. But wouldn't it be nice to wake up with just a clean sink? That'd be nice, right? Like that sort of thing, being proactive. And I feel like you guys are really gonna have this beautiful resilience and bounce back from any setbacks. You are determined, and valuing yourself, your time, and recognizing energy around you and saying no to the energy that isn't helpful. So I hope you all enjoyed this full moon. I think it's so beautiful. It's Piscean, it's thoughtful, it's warm, and it's like integrative of all the things that we want to move into creatively, for sure. So my beauties, that is what you were meant to hear today. I hope you all have a great day. Love and light.